Most teachers care about their students' progress and are always looking for teaching strategies that could help their students excel. Evidence-based strategies have been supported by research to have a substantially higher effect on student learning. These strategies must also be effective in a wide range of subjects and with multiple grade levels. Welcome to Ruth's Straight Talk, the channel designed to help you, your students, and your children live fuller lives, become lifelong learners, and grow into the awesome human beings you were designed to be. I'm Cynthia Ruth. In this video, I will introduce several evidence-based strategies to help your students excel. Also, don't miss my bonus tips on how to further help your students at the end of this video. So let's get right to it. The first evidence-based strategy is clear lesson goals. When a person embarks on a journey, they are best equipped to enjoy the trip, check on their progress, and realize when they have arrived in their destination, if they knew what the destination was. Similarly, in the classroom, if the teacher and the students know what the students should be able to do by the end of the lesson, they will be better equipped to stay on course and anticipate the outcomes. This outcome is the goal of the lesson, and all aspects of the lesson must be geared to reaching that goal. The effect that such clarity has on student results is 32% greater than the effect of holding high expectations for every student. By the way, holding high expectations has a sizable effect. It is crucial that the teacher is clear about what the student should learn by the end of each lesson. A typical goal should be something like, by the end of this lesson, students should be able to determine the meaning of unknown words by using context clues. The second strategy, show and tell. Begin each lesson with show and tell. Once you have established the goal of the lesson, you need to tell your students what they need to know and then show them how to get there. This should be concise, so focus your show and tell on the most pertinent path towards your goal. For example, you will explain that they will identify unknown words from the reading passage, look for clues within the sentence with the word, and make an educated guess as to the meaning of that word based on the information that was given in the sentence. The third strategy is questioning to check for understanding. It is important for teachers to use questioning to check for understanding at every transition of the lesson. Techniques such as randomized sampling, student answer boards, and tell a friend help you to check the understanding before moving from the show and tell part of your lesson. Avoid yes and no questions and phrases like, "Does this make sense?" In response to these questions, students usually answer yes or no. So of course, it's surprising when several students later admit that they were lost. To help students grasp ideas in class, ask pointed questions that require students to use their own prior knowledge. For example, what types of clues should you look for when checking for context clues? Just so you know, the answer would be you would look for possible contrasts in the sentence so that you can tell the unfamiliar word is the opposite of the word you already know, or you can look for a kind of restating of or synonym next to the unfamiliar word. Think about what the unfamiliar word means based on the gist of that sentence. Summarize new learning in a graphical way. Graphical outlines include things such as mind maps, flowcharts, and Venn diagrams. You can use them to help students to summarize what they learned and to understand the interrelationships between the aspects of what you have taught them. This can be an assignment at the end of the lesson, and the students can develop their own graphical outline. Number 5, plenty of practice. As with anything that we do in life, the more practice we get, the more astute we become in that activity. Practice helps students to retain the knowledge and skills that they have learned, while also allowing you another opportunity to check for understanding. Your students should be practicing what they've learned during your show and tell, which in turn should reflect your lesson goal. Practice should not be mindless, busy work, but rather, research shows that students do better when their teacher has them practice the same thing over a spaced out period of time. This is where homework becomes an important part of the student learning. By the time a student sits down to do his homework, sufficient time has passed and the homework becomes a vital part of the review process. For the bonus strategy, provide your students with feedback. Giving feedback allows your students to know how they have performed on a particular task and what ways they can improve on that task. When giving feedback, the teacher should focus on the specifics of what was done well and what can be improved. The more feedback that the student gets, the more pride the student takes in improving the quality of their work, so that students will then strive for excellence in their work. So there you have it, several tips to help your language arts students excel. If this video has helped you, please leave me a comment at the bottom of the screen. Also, if you have a story, a tip, a strategy, a question, or just some advice that you would like me to share with my audiences, please also leave me a comment at the bottom of the screen. Click on these videos above for more awesome information on education and parenting. As always, thank you so much for visiting with us at ruthstraighttalk.com. It has been a pleasure being with you. So happy learning and goodbye.